Hi, this is Osman. I am an energy healer, yoga and meditation teacher, and an entrepreneur. Be sure to visit my website, yogawellness786.com, where we discuss current trending topics that are relevant to your life today from an ancient sciences perspective, integrated into the modern demands of today. Also, remember that we are using natural and ancient therapies to bring about wellness and improving your health and helping you to, overcome the challenges of ailments and so forth. But it's not a replacement for medical treatment. If you have a medical condition, please be sure to consult a qualified and licensed medical professional in your locality. So, I wanted to discuss the importance of following a systematic, disciplined life, right? So, if you lack discipline in your life, it is a sign that you do not have control of your mind. And one needs to have control of the mind. If the mind is not under control, you cannot evolve or uh, or evolve or to get promoted or transcend. Yes, that's what you cannot transcend to your higher levels of consciousness because it will be a stumbling block. So, how this normally works is by you following some form of system and practice, it brings about a certain level of discipline and brings the mind under your control. So, you need to get the mind under your control, and you cannot control it by forcefully controlling it. It has to come around to what is good for it and realize and to submit to you. And the way the mind will submit to you is if you are involved in intelligent and beneficial and perceivable higher practices. If you are involved in practices that does not make sense to your mind is not going to follow you. It's not going to have any respect for you. The mind, so to speak, is like an independent entity on its own. Think of it that way. Although it belongs to you, but it is not you. It's just you confusing yourself or you identifying yourself through ignorance that you are the mind, because the mind by default is active when you are born, and by default you have perception of your body when you are born, right? Generally, I mean, for all regular healthy people. So when your awareness came into being, your awareness had only knowledge of two things: aware of knowledge of your mind and aware a knowledge of your body. And your awareness took a mistaken identity that your body is you and your mind is you, right? But your body is not you and your mind is not you. You are the consciousness that can transcend the body and live only in the mind, or can live only in the body and be mindless, shut your mind off. Sometimes there is so much extreme pain that some people shut their mind off, and they are in such a painful situation of their life, and they become, they go into their own world, living in a world of paranoia or a dream state, and not even in reality, not even recognizing the environment around them and the people around them. The mind can shut off. So does it mean you died? That your mind is no more, in its natural or fully or state of complete awareness? Or when we put you under anesthetic and you have no feeling in your body, does it mean you are dead? No, right? But we can shut the body off and can shut the mind off, but you're still alive. And of course, a lot of people, are continuing that way. So you have a mistaken identity, that you are the mind. And when you're living a disciplined practice and slowly, and the practices make sense and they are of beneficial benefit to you, you start to find that certain ethical practices and habits bring about, more harmony in your interactions with society and with family members and close knit, people, having, forgiveness and gratitude, in your heart, bringing about more a state of peacefulness and inculcating love in your heart, bringing you more to a serene calm than compared to a frustrated, stressful stage. And also certain practices like the yoga practices, meditation practices that would regular discipline, improving your control over your mind and your state of calm, and the evolution of from your beta to alpha state of mind, where you are more focused, more in control, more more calmer and more mindful, and more experiencing higher levels of energy and more contentment in your life. So these practices, that make sense, result in positive outcomes, and your mind will start respecting your habits and will be under your control. And also, when you're practicing mindfulness, eventually the mind, if you do not apply force to the mind and allow it to develop gently, not forcing yourself to sit in 1 hour meditation every day rigidly, but allow your mind to develop from a practice from around 2 minutes per day, slowly develop it as the mind is naturally accepting the practice, right? So when you're following this disciplined and systematic approach to life, and then you start doing everything systematically. You make a plan, you get up in the morning, what is my task for today? Or before you go to bed, review what you've done, for the day, and what you plan to do the next day, right? This is following a systematic way, keeping your environment clean and in an organized manner, so that your environment encourages a state of calm and flow, a state of flow, where there isn't everything upside down and haphazardly mixed up, causing destructiveness to your mind, and removing the state of peacefulness and systematic thought from your mind. If your environment is not or well organized, and how you expect your mind to be peaceful and restful and well organized? It is not easy. So the importance of a disciplined and systematic life also is for progress. Without discipline, you're not going to progress. Yoga meditation is something that if you do not apply concerted, serious effort, nothing's going to happen, right? You're not going to have some benefit. And when I say that, you don't have to now go and spend 10 hours a day or 3 hours a day and so forth. You can dial it up according to your life circumstances and your financial situation and the demands of your responsibilities, right? Your responsibilities in terms of your career, as well as in terms of your close-knit friends and family, as well as society in general. And being you are a member of society, it's important that you carry out activities on a daily basis that is bringing up some form of benefit to society as a whole in some small way, no matter how insignificant it may seem to others, but it's something that you are able to contribute. So these are some of the things that are very important for you to practice, not only in yoga and meditation, but if you follow a disciplined and correct practice system, definitely you're going to develop, and you're gonna come to a stage where the mind is going to be fully under your control. And when the mind is gets more and more under your control, it becomes a formidable weapon. It is such a powerful weapon that the mind is able to bring about certain discipline in your daily practices that is going to be the cause or the power behind your success, right? So in order to be successful, success is a very broad term. You need to be successful in all aspects of your life, in terms of your health, in terms of your peace of mind, in terms of your relationships, and in terms of your own entertainment, and higher aspirations, as well as fulfilling your basic needs and basic requirements of having a decent accommodation, decent home, a decent level of income for survival, and so forth. So to have a disciplined mind is a massive weapon. So this is why it's important to start with trying to bring some type of discipline or daily practice that becomes systematic. Start by something small, including a simple practice that you repeat daily, like a 5-minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free from our website, yogawellness786.com. Start with that, and let that grow and flower and blossom into awakening all your higher levels of consciousnesses and abilities and capacities, and improving your quality of life in every in every level possible, and continuously escalating to higher and higher and better levels of both life experience and consciousness. So also it is important to note that without discipline, success is very difficult. It's like you can say it's impossible, right? I would say impossible because it's so rare that while one without discipline is successful, that you might as well say that amount is negligible, that number is negligible, and say it's zero. It's impossible. So be sure to visit my website, yogawellness786.com, and take care of yourself always.